My therapist had me make a list. It was meant to serve as both an outlet for perseverative, unhelpful thoughts and a way to acknowledge events from the past that, up until recently, I've been working hard to keep buried. I was to bring this list to my next appointment, where we would discuss its contents and explore how it could be used to eliminate this tendency to keep replaying past events in my mind. She said it would give me permission to take a break from thinking about those things, knowing that my experiences were safely preserved on the list should I ever need confirmation that what happened was real and my feelings are valid. It seemed like a logical strategy, and I would not be surprised if she observed positive outcomes when using it with her other clients. Hell, there might even be a handful of peer-reviewed journal articles that posit a statistically significant negative correlation between creating a list of one's persistent negative thoughts and the frequency in which they occur. As a professional in the health field, it is essential to be knowledgeable of empirically supported intervention strategies, but that alone is not enough. A competent clinician recognizes the importance of individualizing treatment. This is because a strategy that yields positive outcomes for one person can negatively impact another. When my therapist gave me that arbitrarily chosen homework assignment after speaking with me for less than an hour, I think she must have underestimated the extent of my anger and overestimated my level of empathy. The list, though, turned out to be a brilliant idea for entirely different reasons. Fun fact: I have a profound appreciation for lists. There's just something about order and organization in general that puts me at ease. So, even though I had no intention of attending a follow-up appointment with that therapist, I got started on the list right away. I remember every incident that happened during that traumatic 3-year period of my life in vivid detail, so making the list was easy. The difficulty came after it was complete, when it was time to analyze what I had written down. The first time I read it, the paper grew damp with tears of humiliation that drip-dropped from my face. The second time, tears of frustration rained down upon the page in big, fat splotches. When I read through the list for the third time, my tears slowed and things started to come into focus. The subtle escalation of violence, my ever-increasing threshold for accepting intolerable behavior. It was all so obvious. I had let that motherfucker turn me into a cliché. With that realization, my eyes were wide open, seeing things clearly for the first time. And they were bone dry. So, my list. I have read it and reread it so many times that the bright white pieces of college-ruled paper is now tattered and discolored, wearing thin along the permanent crease lines that have developed from the repetitive folding and unfolding. The writing is faded and smudged in some places, making parts of it illegible. But that is okay. I've had the whole thing memorized for a while now. Now, it is comical how narcissism can make a person believe they are untouchable. An inflated sense of self was Jack's signature, reflected in every area of his life, including his privacy settings on Facebook, which made it all too easy to track him down. That fucker never could resist a good humble brag, and in a single status update, he gave me everything I needed to know. The last year of sacrifice and perseverance was all worth it when I was unexpectedly made partner at prestigious law firm Today. Happened just in time for the big move to most sought-after neighborhood in Portland, 2. This was immediately followed by an exterior photo of his new house, complete with the hashtag blessed. Gag me. I zoomed in, hoping to catch a glimpse of the house number, and any reservations I might have had about what needed to be done disappeared, because standing on that beautiful wraparound porch was a pretty blonde whose bright smile told me she had no idea what she had gotten herself into. He tagged her in the photo, so it only took a second to access her profile. Our similarities were too blatant to be a coincidence. Blonde hair, athletic build, at least 3 inches taller than him, highly educated, working in a helping profession. Seems that Jack has a type. That is okay. I have a list. I keep it with me at all times. It grounds me when I start to lose focus, reminding me of the horrific things he did to me. It can also be very calming in times of high stress. Like right now, for example, when I'm sitting in the dark, parked across the street from Jack's house. The house has been quiet for hours, and when I see Jack pull into the driveway, I'm relieved that he is alone, because I have a tranquilizer gun with enough acipromazine to knock out a horse, a bag of various tools, and a list of things to do. And I plan to take my time.